We begin with that breaking news. A state of emergency in California.
The city of Malibu is at risk.
All the mountains around here are scorched.
This says extremely difficult terrain just north of Calabasas. 0% containment.
Forcing the mandatory evacuations of more than 200,000 people.
They have helicopters dropping water. They've got crews on the ground.
This fire exploded overnight. Unrelenting 40-mile-per-hour winds are pushing flames toward the Pacific, claiming home after home.
Report of 3 people trapped in a house.
People trapped in cars. There might be some injuries.
Look at that, guys. Oh my God.
All right, for Friday, we're gonna avoid fire.
Good call.
Pretty easy day.
Yes. Jeez, man.
That right there is an enormous forest fire, and it is taking out all of my friends' houses. I keep getting calls that people are being evacuated, and it's getting kind of close. It looks almost like an atomic bomb. Look at that, that's just terrifying. Let's go check it out.
It has been incredibly windy, which makes it very easy for the fire to spread.
I believe the fire started in Simi Valley. I can't even Google it because the fire has taken out my cell towers and it's taken out power as well. One of my concerns of the fire and the fact that I'm redoing the driveway is if it gets close enough, I can't actually take the Ferrari out of the garage because, well, I'd have to off-road over rebar. So fingers crossed, that doesn't happen. Well, I've just been given word that the area I'm in is a forced evacuation, so thankfully the neighbor, who also has a ton of cool cars, is lending a flatbed to get the Aperta over this rebar, and then we can drive it away from the fire. This is actually ridiculous. Thoughts and prayers to the families affected by the fire. This is not the video I thought I was filming today.
All right, there's the truck. We're gonna try to load up the Ferrari and the Lamborghini onto it.
Oh, the fire's coming this way, so we gotta go. What about your house?
No, it's still out, so I'm good. I stayed there last night to make sure my mom didn't need help evacuating.
Yeah. So.
Wait, did you already get a mandatory evacuation?
Yep.
Somebody came here?
Yep.
All right, yeah. All right, well, let's go take whatever we find is important.
This is not fun. This is not fun.
Not at all.
Let me just make sure that gets out okay. You can cut it.
Two most important things, you and the Ferrari. Yeah, we're taking you. No idea what's going on. You're so excited. You're so excited, but we gotta go from a fire.
You're just happy. You don't care, do you?
All right, we're taking the Lamborghini too.
All right, so most importantly, we've got the dog in the car. We've got these 2 cars, got my watch, got all my camera gear, basically everything else. For now, we're gonna leave. I mean, clothes and stuff are replaceable. This is not a good day. Well, there's no real bright side to any aspect of this situation. The only positive I can think of is 4 evacuation vehicles, an Aperta, a Lamborghini, and a Raptor aren't the worst possible choices. All the lights are out, no power anywhere. Of course, the solar speed camera still works. Since I have absolutely no service even here, I'm unable to contact anyone, but the current game plan is to drop the cars off in the middle of a cement land aka a shopping center, so that it's a little less dangerous with the fire and I'm farther away from my house. Then we're gonna regroup, get some internet, because I gotta post the video for today. I love how that's a priority in evacuation. And then we're gonna figure out a more permanent solution for this car, because honestly, I can't bring it up my driveway even if the evacuation is over. Hey Ketchup, what do you think about the fire? It's not very fun, is it? You're just tired. You don't really care about anything. Look at that, this thing is close. Oh my God. Look at that, oh no.
Oh, yo, we better get your shit out of your house.
Instead of driving a Raptor, we can go over all this rebar just with no problem at all. So the fire is getting closer and the wind direction has totally changed. So this is all of a sudden becoming not fun whatsoever, and we're actually going to fully evacuate everything. Before it was kind of precautionary measures, even though they called mandatory evacuation. Now I'm really starting to freak out. All right, so this is not good. Check out where the fire is right now. It's coming over the hill. Literally crested the hill right there. Oh my God. Holy crap, the entire hilltop is on fire. This is not fun, guys. I don't even know what to say right now. Out of interest and definite stupidity, we're heading towards the fire just to see its location, because it's starting to get really real that my new house could legitimately burn down. This is unbelievable. And unfortunately, it's so windy that you can't just stop the fire. You can't just put it out. Fingers crossed, I'm not enjoying this at all.
How do you feel right now, Park?
I'm feeling slightly better, to be honest, only because you can tell the direction of the smoke is blowing towards the water, but that's serious. It's starting to get close.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Look.
That is gnarly.
Wow.
We're at Alex's house now, and this fire is honestly even closer than the one at my house. So we're gonna evacuate his house as well. This is just, we can't reach James, who has decided to become the resident firefighter and literally sent a text saying that he was gonna fight the fire himself because there is no firefighters at his house. And obviously that is the worst idea I have ever heard. So I'm really hoping that he's okay. We are headed back to my house to check out where the direction of the fire's gone and if I need to move the cars even further. Yep, that's not ideal. Headed towards the second fire. The problem is there are so many fires at once. Look at that. Is that an airplane with water in it? Look at that thing. That is enormous. Look at the size of this fire. Oh my God. Dude, I'm starting to get nervous. All right, well, the wind directions have changed. So now Alex is going in my car back to his house because he has to evacuate. We're gonna move these cars and the fire is literally imminent against my new house. Oh my God. Our vantage point from before is now deemed unsafe to be at, so we've gone way up the hill to get a better look at the range of fires all over the county. Fire. Look at that, fire retardant.
You can actually see the red line.
Wow, that is insane. See, the fire stretches all the way from over here all the way along the ridge to Malibu, and Malibu is completely under evacuation. Look at that. Oh my God, this is terrifying. The far one?
The far one. Look at it. It's going aggressive into
Whoa, that shit just went under the mountain. What the hell? See how low that is?
Yeah. Wow. Wow. It's unbelievable to see these planes that look like they're the size of 737s dropping fire retardant on some of the biggest fires I have ever seen in my entire life. As you can see, there's a huge plume right there. That looks like a gnarly fire. That's the one headed to Malibu. Look at this plane headed our way. Look at that thing. Dream fire hazard area, you don't say. That. Wow. Wow. That is just unbelievable, the size of that fire. And that's just one of like 20 different fires going on at the same time. All right, the crazy part is literally just yesterday, I was filming the M2 versus M2 competition review right here, and there was no fire. And now check out the other side of this ridge. It is absolutely in flames. Look at that. Oh my God. The crazy part is we're all trying to help each other out, and literally every single one of my close friends' houses is all under the same situation that my house is, where there's actual imminent fire danger within, there's no way to know depending upon the wind patterns. Could be 30 minutes, could be 2 hours, but unfortunately the most stressful aspect is that it's about to, the sun's about to set, and once that happens, the planes that have all the fire retardant and also the water no longer fly at nighttime. So once that happens, the fire is kind of up to nature. Well, it's up to nature anyways. It's unbelievable, the power of nature. The winds have died down though, so I'm feeling a little bit more hopeful, but I still really don't know. I just got the Lambo and Ferrari dropped off. We're now picking these cars up and going to a friend's house to spend the night. It is the next morning. I just spent the night at a friend's apartment in Hollywood and have been given the news that potentially there is some containment around my area. So I'm gonna go check that out. That is super exciting because last I heard, it was 100,000 uncontained acres of burning fire. The day continues. I haven't really slept, haven't showered, and none of this was what I planned on filming. I had some really cool stuff planned, actually. That is a Prius, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the livery on that. A little bright spot in a terrible 24 hours. Oh my God. Or maybe it's a terrible spot. Look at this. They've shut down the 101 South. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera, But this isn't fog or mist. That's just literal smoke everywhere. The visibility is trash. Wow. Unbelievable. The Rolls is literally covered in ash. Wow. Open the window. The air quality is literally so bad. So I think I might just stop by my house for a little bit to get some work done and then leave, but it just smells like one giant campfire. Ironically, one of the fires that started is being referred to called campfire, then there's hillfire, and then there's the Woolsey fire. The Woolsey fire is the biggest one. Right now, over 250,000 people evacuated, over 100,000 acres of fire, and 0% containment. Get the lighting. Wow. Can you see if the house is all right?
I don't know, I can't see around the corner yet.
All right, let's go. I think one of the scariest parts about this entire thing is that there's no real map or online coverage of exactly where the fire is. So I'm staying at my friend's house last night, and sure, you can turn on the news and learn that there's a massive fire, but you can't tell actually where it is. So I'm honestly going to my house for the first time right now, well knowing that there was a massive fire all the way around. I know a lot of it is out right now, but there's no way to know if my house is actually okay. So we're gonna check this out right now. Well, Alex's car is still good. That's a plus. All right, let's see. So far, so good. Oh my God, the amount of smoke everywhere. Oh, the house appears to be good. Obviously, there was a lot of stuff off camera yesterday that you didn't see. I mean, this was fully serious panic mode. Is my house gonna burn down? Am I going to lose all my belongings? So we did a lot of landscaping work around where we thought the fire might potentially hit. Now, the fire is not even contained, so we're not 100% safe here. It is good, though, that the fires that were in the direct vicinity, I believe, are out. But here's some of the things that we did. So we realized the fire was likely going to come from back there, which meant that the initial target would be the garage. Now, if any of the embers got up into the scaffolding, went into the attic, it could take the whole house out. So what we did was clear all this horrible bush that was gonna go, all this brush that was gonna go bye-bye anyways, cleared it away from the house, wet the entire thing down to clear out this, which was just covered in leaves, so there's a tiny bit of a cement barrier. The problem is the property's too big to actually prevent from catching on fire, but we tried our best. We cleared around the trees, we wet the roof, we wet the gutters. Oh man. Well, this was not the video I planned to film, not the video I ever really wanted to film, but here you go. The plan for the day was actually to talk about a car that used to be on the channel that I actually want to potentially buy back and bring back on the channel. I was so excited about that, and then to get a mandatory evac call that my house was gonna burn down was pretty upsetting. I mean, I've experienced some tragedies and some ridiculous stuff. I was in the Boston bombing, and that was horrific. This was another similar scenario where you're in fight or flight mode the entire time, and to be told basically you have to leave with no idea if your house is going to be there, and then to decide what belongings you actually want to bring, what friends are available. The problem was all my friends are also suffering from the same thing. Everyone that I know in the area also has mandatory evac. So they've got their groups evacuating their house. People are prioritizing, of course, animals and loved ones. And then you got to get rid of your cars. My neighbor was trying to get rid of his cars, and thankfully he was able to loan me his trailer to take my cars out over the driveway, because otherwise that Ferrari and the Lamborghini would have been hosed. Yes, obviously I took both the cars out of here. I posted on Instagram a picture of the Ferrari leaving, and somebody commented like, oh, I see, priorities, doesn't care about the Lambo anymore. I just happened to be driving the Ferrari at the time. Of course I care about the Lambo. Got the dog out of there, spent the night at my friend's house last night, but then going through my belongings, thinking, okay, what's important? YouTube million subscribers plaque, a letter from YouTube, some memorabilia from subscribers actually, little bits and pieces of things, my diploma that meant a lot to me, and then thinking, okay, well, that's first round, now what else? And then I was like, oh my God, if all my furniture burns down, if all my clothes burns down, if all my camera equipment burns down. Right now, I'm sitting here, the video is late for the day. I'm trying my best, obviously trying to upload to you guys who aren't dealing with the fire. I wanna maintain that schedule, but at the same time, my desktop is in somebody else's car that came to help out. My laptop is in my Lambo, which is at a friend's house, and now I'm sitting here at my house where the smoke is getting thick. I mean, it's like being inside of a campfire. We're technically not supposed to be here. I talked to the police officer. He said it's technically mandatory evacuation. He said be here at your own risk. So really, I just wanted to check out, see if the house was still here, which thankfully it is. Unfortunately, the news doesn't have accurate enough coverage to see whether Alex's house, James's house, Taylor's house, all my friends that you've seen on the channel basically are in the same boat. And of course, a last little note, if you or your family is suffering from this fire, my prayers are out to you, knowing how horrible this is and knowing the people, I'm so lucky to be standing here at my home. Now, I don't know the certain future of it, but knowing that people have completely lost their home and everything that they have is just an absolute tragedy. So prayers are out to you guys. See you next video.